Hello, it's Miss Emily from the Jersey City Free Public Library, and today is a very special day. Can anybody guess what it is? It's International Women's Day. So we're here to celebrate together, and we're going to be reading part of a book together that features visionary women from around the world. And afterwards, we're going to be doing an art project that features art that is inspired by the famous Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama. So she's famous for making artwork that features dots. So I have my dot dress on, my dot headband on, I'm good to go, and I'm excited for you to join me. So International Women's Day is March 8th every year, and it is a day to celebrate the successes and achievements of women around the world. So here at the Jersey City Free Public Library, we want to celebrate this special day together, and what better way to celebrate than with books? So we're going to get started by reading a book called Little Dreamers by Vashti Harrison. Stay tuned. Happy International Women's Day. So we're going to get started with our program by reading a book together called Little Dreamers, and it features many accomplished women who were creative and solved problems. What I'm going to discuss are 3 different artists. So the book is Little Dreamers, Visionary Women Around the World by Vashti Harrison. Vashti is the author and illustrator of this beautiful book. So I'm going to discuss 3 artists. So artists can do many different things. They can paint, they can draw, they can dance and sing. They can even design beautiful buildings. The first artist is Violetta Pera. She is from Chile. She began playing guitar at age 9, and she loved the folk songs in her country. She wanted to make sure that these songs were not forgotten. So she wanted to make sure that she preserved her culture. So she made beautiful folk music mixed with new contemporary music, and it became very popular. So she wanted to preserve her culture and share her folk traditions with the world. The next artist is Esther Malango from South Africa. She is a painter. And in South Africa, in her tribe, women would paint the exteriors of their houses. Exteriors are the outside walls. And when Esther painted her house, it was beautiful. It was colorful and geometric. There were many shapes. And she even made her paint by hand. She became very famous, and she shared the traditional African tribal art with the rest of the world. And later on, she opened an art school and shared the traditional arts of her tribe with other students. The third artist is Yayoi Kusama. She is from Japan. In her childhood, Yayoi sometimes felt sad, but doing art and creating art was something that made her feel better. It made her happy, and she especially loved to make art with dots. If you see in this picture, Yayoi is wearing a dotted dress, and when she would paint, she started drawing dots on a canvas, which is like a paper, and she would draw dots on the canvas, and she went to the walls, even the floors and the ceiling. So dots were everywhere. And a lot of her famous art pieces feature dots. So Yayoi is still alive. She is in her 90s, and she continues to make art to share with the world. Next up, we're going to make a dot-inspired art inspired by Yayoi Kusama. So please join me, and let's get started. Hello, welcome back. So we're going to get started with our art project for International Women's Day. So we spent a little time looking at famous women artists around the world, and now we're going to make an art project inspired by the famous Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama. So it's a very simple art project, but it's a lot of fun, so I hope you're excited. So to get started, we just need coffee filters, markers, And if you have it, a spray bottle. If not, that's fine. We're just going to get a little wet, so I hope that's okay. Excellent. So to get started, we're going to take one coffee filter like this, and we're going to fold it in half. Okay, so we have our coffee filter folded in half, and then we're going to fold it in half again. And fold it one last time. So it looks like this, like a little ice cream cone. And fold it and make sure it's nice and smooth. So smooth it out with your fingers if you can. So it looks like this. Okay, mine had a little extra piece. Okay, so here is our little folded coffee filter, and then we're going to spray it. Or if you don't have a spray bottle, you could just dab it with your fingers with a little bit of water. So this is going to get it a little wet. Okay, so we have our wet filter. Again, we can smooth it out. Okay, and we'll get started. We're going to use our markers to put dots on our coffee filter. So if we remember from learning about Miss Kusama, she uses dots in her art. So we're going to use dots in this art. So we're going to draw dots on both sides of our coffee filter. So use your favorite colors, all the colors. If you just like one color, that's fine too. I'm going to use pink. And we're going to put dots just like this. So if we remember when we learned about Miss Kusama, she used art as a way of making herself feel better when she was feeling a little bit sad. So art is a great way to express yourself, maybe when you're feeling a little bit blue. Is there something that you like to do when you feel a little sad? Maybe you like to read books or play outside or create something with Legos or make a fort. There's a lot of different things we can do when we feel sad. Art is always fun. Okay, so I did one side with dots, and I'm going to do the other side as well. Okay, it's looking good. So this is a great art project to do at home. It doesn't require many materials, and the possibilities are endless with what you can do with your creations. I'll give some examples. Almost done. All right, here we go. So we have our coffee filter with dots on both sides. So what we're going to do is very carefully, we're going to open. Oh, look what happened. So magical. So wetting the coffee filter made the marker ink go through to make a beautiful creation. So fun. So it might have to dry for a little bit, but once you're done, put this aside. I have examples of what you can do. So one thing I did is you could put them on a piece of string. I used a piece of ribbon. You can make a nice garland to decorate, and you could get a little creative. So we use dots because we were inspired by Miss Kusama, but you could use other shapes that you like, stars, triangles, squares, or you could get creative. Here I do a little pizza, my favorite food. So you can do this. So another idea is you can glue your coffee filter to a piece of paper here and then decorate around it. So I made like a little flower. So there's a lot of different things you can do with your creation, and I hope you enjoy. And thank you for joining me on International Women's Day, this very important day throughout the year. And stay tuned through other programs we have at the JC Public Library. Thanks so much. Bye.